Good morning, everyone. Sorry about that. It got very windy just as we were getting ready to start class. I'm going to set up the camera inside now since we're not doing it outside, and that'll just take me a second. We seem to keep having little issues that are impacting this video effort for class. So hopefully that is working out okay. I'm going to raise the camera a little bit. Sorry about that. We were not planning on doing this inside today. Let's see if that works out better. This is also my temporary office for work since I'm doing therapy with my students at home. So you'll see a few things, and we'll get started here as soon as I get this worked out. Okay, all right, good morning, everyone. Sorry about the delay. I had planned on doing class outside, and at the last minute we had some gusting winds and had to quickly move inside, which is fine. Let's go ahead and get started. Let's Get Physical is a program offered in the community of Price Hill in Cincinnati, Ohio. We offer free yoga classes to anybody in the greater Cincinnati area 5 days a week. Normally, we are outside at locations around the community. For now, we're going to be online. The other teacher is Brenda Zeckmeister. Let's go ahead and get started with today's class. We're going to go ahead and take a seat in easy pose. And I'm going to have my friend Meredith there, my niece, check and make sure you can still see me as I sit. So, go ahead and relax into easy pose. Relax your shoulders. Let them drop away from your ears and just start to settle into a nice, easy breath. That is my dog you're hearing in the background, giving her advice as well. Just let those shoulders drop away from your ears. Rest your forearms on your knees, palms towards the sky, and start to settle into a nice, easy breath. In through your nose, out through your nose. In through your nose, out through your nose. Ujjayi breath, nice and steady. And as you start to quiet your mind and settle your breath, go ahead and settle on an intention, something positive you want to focus on for the next hour, the rest of the day, the rest of the week. With your next breath, you're going to draw in a deep, long breath in through your nose, and you're going to sigh it out through an open mouth, ocean breath. Deep breath in through your nose, sigh it out. One more deep breath in through your nose and sigh it out. With your next breath, you're going to go ahead and start to peel your eyes open. Take a deep breath in through your nose, exhale through your nose, switching back to that Ujjayi breath. In through your nose, go ahead and exhale that left ear towards your left shoulder. It doesn't have to touch, but you just want to gently start to drift towards that left shoulder, opening up through the right side of your neck. If you're watching the video and not just listening, you might notice that I'm saying the opposite of what I'm asking you to do, or I'm doing the opposite of what I'm saying. And that's because I want you to be able to mirror me if you're watching the video. Deep breath in through your nose. Go ahead and bring that chin back to the center. This time as you exhale, go ahead and let that right ear drift towards that right shoulder, starting to open up through the left side of the neck. In through your nose. Go ahead and breathe your chin back to center. And we're going to take a deep breath in through the nose and let that chin fall towards our chest, just gently lengthening through the back of the neck. We're going to give the neck a little extra love because I have a feeling people have been sitting in front of computers quite a bit this week at work Go ahead and take a deep breath in, lifting that chin. We're going to exhale the right hand down to the earth. Inhale the left arm up overhead, stretching through the left side of the body. Go ahead and hinge through the elbow, placing the hand at the back of your neck. Deep breath in through your nose. Go ahead and turn your chin to the right and lift, stretching through the shoulder and neck. Breathing back to center, release the left hand down to the earth. Exhale the right arm up overhead, stretching through the right side of the body. Hinging through the right elbow, placing that hand at the back of your head, at the base of your skull. Deep breath in through your nose as you turn to the left and lift your chin, stretching through the neck and shoulder on the other side. Exhale that hand back down to the earth. With your next breath, we're going to go ahead and take our knees out a little wide, bringing sole of foot to sole of foot. For a little bound ankle pose, you're going to take a deep breath in through the nose, drawing all the way up through the spine, getting nice and tall. And as you exhale, you're going to hinge forward from the hips, reaching that chin over your heels. Starting to feel a little stretch through the outside of your quads and hamstrings. Now, if this is uncomfortable, you can always slide your feet forward a little bit and not reach as deeply with your chin, or you can even sit on a block. Or another modified position is to just extend your legs all the way towards the top of your mat. Inhale, coming up nice and tall. We're going to take that left hand and we're going to reach for the right instep. Exhale, reaching out with the right hand, and you're going to sweep it behind your back as you peek over your shoulder. Gentle twist. Breathing back to center. We're going to take that right hand and reach it for the left instep. Exhale that left hand out and sweep it behind your back. Gentle twist in the other direction. Breathing back to center. One more time, you're going to draw a nice, deep, long breath all the way up through your spine. Exhale, hinging forward, reaching that chin a little bit further forward. Maybe this time, it's hovering over the arch in your foot. These are nice, slow stretches that you shouldn't be doing any bouncing. It's what your body feels ready to do. Exhale, coming up nice and tall. We're going to go ahead and breathe our feet forward, extending our legs towards the top of the mat. Deep breath in through your nose as you reach both arms up overhead. Exhale, gently fold forward, placing your hands either on your shins, your ankles, or your toes, starting to extend that stretch to the back of your calves. Exhale, coming up nice and tall. We're going to go ahead and take our legs out wide so they make a nice V. You're going to take that heel of your palm and you're going to place it directly in front of your thighs, once again getting nice and tall through the spine. Once your hands are pushing against the earth on an inhale, you're going to pull those toes back towards your earlobes, almost lifting the heels up off the earth as you stretch through the back of your calves. With your next exhale, release that stretch, ankles returning to 90 degrees. Inhale to point the toes away from your body, stretching through the top of your shins. And exhale back to 90. You're going to gently place your left hand on your left shin. Exhale that right arm up over the top of your body in a side fold. That right arm directly over your right ear. Inhale, breathing up nice and tall. You're going to place that right hand, on your right shin. Exhale that left arm up over the top of your head, stretching in the other direction. Kind of make a mental note where you are with this pose. You might find later in the practice, when we return to it, you'll have a little bit more fold in your side bend. Inhale, bringing heels back on the mat. You're going to go ahead and inhale, bending through the knees, placing feet on the earth. Exhale, extending hands. You're going to turn your palms towards the sky. You're going to hinge back onto your tailbone, lifting your heels, starting to fire up that core a little bit for a little boat pose. Nice and steady breaths as we hold our feet up off the ground, pulling that belly button in towards the spine and working that core. In through your nose, out through your nose. In through your nose, exhale, go ahead and cross your legs and sit up forward in that easy pose. Once again, resting your extended arms on your knees. Inhale, draw that breath up through your spine, getting nice and tall. Feeling that stretch. And exhale to relax. We're going to go ahead and come onto our knees. You're going to stack your hips over your knees and you're going to curl your toes under. We're going to take camel pose. Inhale, stretching arms forward. Exhale, taking them behind our back. And you're going to let your hands rest on your heels or reach towards your heels if you don't feel like you have that stretch today. Take a deep breath in through your nose, lifting your heart and a gentle backbone as your gaze goes towards the sky. Exhale, coming up nice and tall. Inhale, breathing arms up overhead, prayer hands to touch, pointer fingers towards the sky. Deep breath in through your nose as you gently roll to the left, opening up through the right side of your body. Exhale, coming back to center. Deep breath in through your nose as you gently roll in the other direction. Exhale, coming back to center. We're going to go ahead and release our hands down to the earth. You're going to stack your hands underneath your shoulders, knees under hips for tabletop pose. And just go ahead and settle under this pose, gently twisting your shoulders and hips, rocking them back and forth, starting to wake up that spine. I'm going to go ahead and plug in the phone since we had to switch things up at the last minute to make sure we don't run out of power during class today. We're going to go ahead into our dynamic series. So take a deep breath in through your nose, drop your belly and lift your chin for cow. Exhale, tilt the crown of your head towards the earth, arching your back into cat. Inhale, shift your hips all the way back towards your heels. And exhale, coming back into tabletop. Let's do one more. Inhale, drop the belly, lift the chin. Letting that belly button reach towards the earth. Cow pose. Exhale, arch the back, tilt the crown of the head towards the earth and cat. Stretching that upper back towards the sky. Inhale, push those hips all the way back towards your heels. And exhaling back to tabletop. If you're new to yoga, it's important to remember that you don't have to do every pose. You can always take a resting pose. In this case, taking tabletop or even sitting back towards your heels and reaching your arms forward in child's pose is a nice resting pose. You really need to focus on what your body is ready to do. With your next breath, on an inhale, you're going to step back with that left foot. Exhale that right hand forward, finding that balance, pulling that belly button in. Go ahead and breathe that right hand down to the earth. Exhale, you're going to take that left leg, cross it over the right, plant the ball of your left foot down on the earth. Exhale, peek over that right shoulder, starting to stretch through the outer edge of your hip. This is a great pose to do if you've been sitting a lot. Cross leg balasana. Inhale to point those left toes. Exhale, you're going to sit back towards the heel and you're going to rest your left instep and arch on the earth, sitting back towards your right heel. Go ahead and stretch your fingertips towards the top of the mat. Deep breath in through your nose, and as you exhale, lower that head in between your arms, ears brushing past your biceps. Just start to melt into the earth. If you want to take it a little further on an inhale, curl those left toes under. Exhale, extend through that left knee. You should feel that stretch deepen in the outer edge of your hip. Inhale, shift your weight forward, stacking that left knee underneath the left hip. Deep breath in through your nose, drop that belly, lift that chin for cow. Exhale, arch the back, tilt the head for cat. Inhale, sitting all the way back to heels. Exhale, coming forward to tabletop. And with your next breath, we're going to step straight back with that right leg. Exhale, reaching forward with your left hand, finding that balance again. Breathing that left hand down to the earth. Deep breath in through your nose. Exhale, sweep that right leg all the way across the left, planting the ball of the foot. Go ahead and peek over that left shoulder. Take a few breaths to settle into this nice stretch. Inhale to point those right toes. Exhale, slide back onto your right instep and arch, sitting back towards the left heel. Inhale, walk those fingertips forward. Exhale, lower your head in between your arms, melting into your cross-leg balasana. Inhale, curl those right toes under. Exhale, extend through the right knee, deepening that stretch and the outer edge of the left hip. Inhale, shifting weight forward. One more time, stacking that right knee underneath the right hip. We're going to take a deep breath in through our nose as we drop our belly and lift our chin in cow. Exhale, arch the back, tilt the head in cat. Inhale, shift your weight all the way back towards your hips. And breathing forward to tabletop. Take a nice deep breath and go ahead and curl your toes under. And we're going to slowly push through our hands, gently reaching our hips towards our heels as we stretch through the sole of our feet, showing those feet a little love. Inhale, shifting weight forward. We're getting ready for our first downward dog of the practice. So when you're ready, go ahead and breathe your knees up off the earth, stretching those heels towards the earth. Go ahead and take a few breaths to walk your dog. Inhale, we're going to shift our heels to the left. Exhale, peek under that right bicep. Inhale, lifting heels up, bring them back to center. Exhale, stretch those heels back towards your mat. Lengthening through the calves. Inhale, lift those heels. Exhale, shift those heels to the right. Exhale, peek under the left bicep. Inhale, raise those heels, bring them back to center. Stretch them towards the earth. When you're ready, leading with the left foot followed by the right, we're going to step walk our foot towards our hands at the top of the mat. Exhale, slowly roll all the way up, taking our first Tadasana. Inhale, rolling shoulders back, palms towards the front of the room. Go ahead and gently close your eyes, lifting your heart. Let's switch back to that ocean breath. Deep breath in through your nose, sigh it out. If it's kind of noisy in your head, go ahead and refocus on that intention. Inhale, deep breath in through your nose, sigh it out. One more deep ocean breath in through your nose and sigh it out. Go ahead and relax your arms and shoulders at your sides and make your way towards the top of your mat. Inhale, we're going to sweep our arms up overhead, palm facing palm. Exhale, gently take a seat in Utkatasana chair pose, firing up those quads. I will point out, since we got started a little late, class will go a little bit beyond 10, so you can make plans for your schedule, especially if you're going to be turning on a service or mass of some kind. Inhale, extend through the knees. Go ahead and reach your hands all the way down to the earth. Go ahead and cross forearm over forearm. Let the crown of your head drop parallel with the earth. And we're going to gently shift left to right in ragdoll pose. Breathing, hands down to the earth. Inhale, halfway up, palms resting on shins. Exhale, come all the way up to the Tadasana Mountain Pose. Step to the top of your mat. Take a deep breath in through your nose. As you exhale, step back with that right foot, placing it at a 45-degree angle. Inhale, bending into that front knee. Go ahead and breathe that left arm forward. Exhale, cartwheel that right arm all the way behind you, stretching your fingertips in opposite directions. Gaze nice and strong over the front of your mat. Virabhadrasana 2, Warrior 2. Pull that belly button in towards the spine. Drop the shoulders away from the ears. Inhale, extend through that front knee. Exhale, take those left fingertips down to the earth, stretching right fingertips up towards the sky. Trikonasana, triangle pose. Inhale, start to bend into that front knee. Exhale, we're going to breathe our left forearm up to our knee. Side angle pose. Inhale, breathing those right fingertips over our ear. Continuing that stretch through the right side of the body. Exhale, breathing all the way up to Warrior 2. We're going to drop our arms and we're going to walk our toes to the side to face that side edge of the mat. Inhale, breathing arms up overhead. Exhale, folding forward, finding that side edge. Exhale, let the crown of your head drop to the earth. Gently shift your hips from side to side. On an inhale, turn those fingertips towards the backside edge of the mat and start to gently walk them there, deepening that forward fold, stretching to the back of your legs. Go ahead and turn your hands back towards that front side edge, walking them forward till they stack underneath your shoulders. Inhale, start to walk your hands towards that left knee. Exhale, bending into that left knee. We're going to roll up onto our right heel, stretching through that inner right thigh like a side lunge. Go ahead and breathe your hands back to center, extending through that bent knee. Stacking hands back under shoulders. Exhale, drop the crown of the head parallel to the earth once again. Inhale, start to walk your hands towards the right, 5 or 6 inches. Exhale, bending into the right knee and roll up onto that left heel, stretching through that inner left thigh. Side lunge in the other direction. Inhale, walk your hands back to center, extending through that bent knee, hands stacked under shoulders. Take a deep breath in through your nose, and as you exhale, just gently start to push back towards your hips, lengthening through the back of your legs. Inhale, come forward. We're going to walk our hands towards the front of the mat till our hands start to frame that front foot, toes pointing towards the front of the room. Your hands are framing that left foot. Inhale, step that right foot forward about 5 or 6 inches. Exhale, take it up overhead for standing splits. You can always leave your hands grounded. Walk one or both in to challenge your balance a little bit, or even bind down that standing leg. Go ahead and breathe your hands down to the earth. Step that right foot forward. Exhale, roll all the way up. Finding your Tadasana once again. Inhale, breathing arms up overhead. Exhale, sitting into that Utkatasana chair pose once again. Go ahead and bring your hands to heart center. Just firing up those quads. Take a deep breath, lifting up on your heart. Exhale, that left elbow sweeps towards the right knee. Keeping hands at heart center. Breathing back to center. Deep breath in through your nose. Exhale, that right elbow sweeps towards the left knee. Breathing back to center. Release your hands to the sides of your knees. Extend, coming all the way up, and walk it out. We're going to go ahead and make our way to that top of the mat once again. Inhale, step back with the left foot at a 45-degree angle. Exhale, bend into the right knee. Inhale, breathing right fingertips forward. Exhale, spiraling that left arm behind you. Virabhadrasana 2, pulling belly button in, dropping shoulders away. Feeling the energy that builds from this pose. Inhale, extend through that front knee. Exhale, take your right fingertips to the earth. Stretch those left fingertips up overhead in Trikonasana, triangle pose. Inhale, bending into that front knee. We're going to breathe that right forearm up onto that knee. Side angle pose. Gaze or drishti is to the side. And breathe your way back out to that Virabhadrasana 2. Drop your arms, walk your toes in the other direction to face the other wide edge of your mat. Inhale, breathing arms up overhead. Exhale, folding forward, finding that side edge. On an inhale, breathe that left hand directly below your chin. Exhale, that right arm up and overhead, twisting to the side. Breathing that extended hand below your chin. Take a deep breath in through your nose. Exhale, take that other arm up overhead, twisting in the other direction. Breathing hands back down to the side edge of the mat. We're going to gently walk them towards the front of the mat, turning the toes to face the front of the room. Once your hands are framing that front right foot, exhale, step that left foot forward about 5 or 6 inches. And then breathe that left heel up overhead. Standing splits on the other side. And as always, you can leave those hands grounded or walk one or both hands in or bind on that standing leg. Breathing hands back down to the earth. Step that left foot forward and come all the way up. Finding your Tadasana once again. And gently walk it out. Inhale, sweeping arms up overhead. Exhale, releasing to the sides of your thighs. Go ahead and take a deep breath in through your nose. Sigh it out through an open mouth. Deep breath in through your nose as you take your arms up overhead. Exhale, folding forward. You're going to place your hands on the mat and step back for high plank. Pulling that belly button in. Firing up that core. Exhale, lower down through Chaturanga. Inhale, lifting up to up dog or cobra. And exhaling back to tabletop. Now you might notice I'm not doing a lot of arm balances in this class right now. I still have a little tendonitis in my right elbow. Working my way through that. Trying to make some good decisions to protect it. Inhale, curl your toes under. Exhale, we're going to breathe our knees up off the earth for downward dog. Pushing those heels back towards the earth. We're going to go into pigeon. Breathing that right heel up overhead. Inhale, bend that right knee. Bring it forward, stacking it underneath your trunk. Go ahead and release that left foot. Letting the top of your toes rest on the earth. You want to make sure that your bent knee has a 90-degree flexion in your ankle to protect your knee, and you're going to gently fold forward. This is a yin pose. We tend to stay in these for 2 to 3 minutes, activating that connective tissue. And I have a little visitor. The cat has showed up again. Hi, Grayson. Hi, buddy. You come in here. For those of you that joined us in the class on Wednesday, at one point We had a deer in the background checking out class. Yin poses like pigeons should never hurt. You're just really settling into your body. If folding forward causes too much stress, it's perfectly fine to stack your elbows on a block or even extend through the elbows. Pigeon is a pose that you work deeper into over time. You have about 1 more minute in pigeon. Sounding pretty windy out there. I'm glad that the mat blew away, so we brought class inside. Would have been hard to hear. Start to find that awareness. You're going to place your palms flat on the earth. Exhale, extend through those elbows, nice and long through the trunk. Go ahead and walk your hands back closer to your body, getting even taller. And eventually you're going to walk your weight all the way back onto that bent leg hip. Exhale, reach your feet forward, stretching towards the top of the mat. We're going to go ahead and take our legs apart in that V again. Once again, taking the heel of our hand and placing it directly in front of our thighs. Go ahead and lean forward. One more time, pushing your hands against the earth. Inhale, pull those toes back towards your ears, lifting the heels up off the earth as you stretch to the back of your legs. Exhale, releasing heels to earth. Inhale, point your toes away from your body, stretching through that top of your shin. And go ahead and breathe your ankles back to 90 degrees. We're going to take that left hand, place it on the left shin. Exhale that right arm up over the top of our ear. Remember how I said make a mental note to see if your fold is deeper this time? Might be a little bit deeper and easier. Inhale, breathing to sit up nice and tall. This time the right hand rests on the right shin. Exhale that left arm up over the top of your ear, folding to the side. Inhale, breathing up nice and tall. We're going to go ahead and once again bend our knees, bringing our heels together over the mat, turning palms towards the sky. Exhale, hinging back onto our tailbone to lift our heels, firing up boat pose. Once again, activating that core. Nice, easy breaths. In through your nose, out through your nose. In through your nose, out through your nose. In through your nose, out through your nose. Go ahead and cross those legs, sit up nice and tall. Inhale, getting nice and tall through the spine. Exhale, we're going to go forward back into tabletop. Stacking hands under shoulders, knees under hips. Inhale, curl those toes under. Exhale, breathe those knees up off the mat in downward dog. We're going to breathe the opposite leg up towards the sky. Inhale, bending into the knee. Go ahead and breathe that leg forward, settling up for pigeon on the other side. Take a nice deep breath in through your nose, and as you exhale, start to melt towards the mat. Find the stillness in the pose. Focus on your intention. We have about 1 more minute left in pigeon on this side. going to slowly start to find your way on awareness. As you exhale, place your palms flat on the mat. Inhale, extending through those elbows nice and tall through the spine once again. Inhale, slide the heel of your hand back closer to your body so you get just a little bit taller, a little bit deeper stretch into the bent leg hip. And eventually you're going to shift your weight onto that bent leg hip. Exhale, stretch those feet forward towards the top of your mat. If your heels aren't already towards the top of your mat all the way, go ahead and gently walk your hips forward. Inhale, breathing arms up overhead. Exhale, gently fold towards the shin, ankle, or toes. Breathing your way all the way up. We're going to go ahead and put a bend in both knees, returning to that bound ankle pose. And as you exhale, you're going to slowly recline all the way back so you're laying flat on the mat. I have a feeling you can't see me in this position with the way the camera is angled, but go ahead and slowly recline all the way back. So as you're resting in reclined reclined bound ankle, you're just letting gravity create that space in your hips. Inhale, go ahead and breathe your knees over the top of your mat, letting the sole of your feet rest on the earth. Inhale to heel toe your feet to the outside edges of the mat. Exhale your arms up to a T or a goalpost. Take a deep breath in through your nose. And this time as you exhale, let both knees drift all the way to the left. So you're balancing on the outside edge of the outside foot and the inside edge of the other foot. Just letting gravity create that stretch through the hip flexor. Deep breath in through your nose. Bring your knees back over the mat, but keep those feet at the outside edges. Deep breath in. Exhale, let both knees drift in the opposite direction, activating the opposite hip flexor. Inhale, breathing your knees back over the top of the mat. Go ahead and heel toe your feet back in alignment with your hips. And on an inhale, you're going to hug your knees in towards your chest, wrapping your hands around your knees and gently rocking from side to side, giving that small of your back a little bit of a massage against the earth. Exhale to find some stillness. Keeping those knees at your trunk, go ahead and release your hands back out to that T. Take a deep breath in through your nose, and as you exhale, let the lower body rotate all the way to the left, resting on the outside of your thigh and calf. Opening up through that right shoulder, gaze or drishti is towards the sky. Inhale, breathing knees back up over, pulled into your trunk, over the mat. Arms still at a T. Exhale, we're going to roll that lower body all the way to the right to rest on the outside of the right thigh and calf. Opening up to the left shoulder girdle, gaze still directly overhead. That left arm fully stretched out to the side. You should feel a nice little openness in that left side of your chest. On an inhale, you're going to bring your knees back up over the mat, pulled into your trunk. Exhale, go ahead and release the sole of your feet to the earth, knees still bent. You're going to bring your arms in along either side of your body, slide those heels back, palms turn down towards the earth. Take a deep breath in through your nose, pushing through your feet and lifting those hips in bridge pose. Nice counter fold to those forward folds, lifting the hips up off the earth, stretching through that back. Exhale, lower your hips to the earth. Inhale, reaching feet up towards the sky. We're going to go into fire seers, lowering our heels 15 degrees at a time, starting with 85. Pull that belly button in. Nice and steady breaths. In through your nose, out through your nose. Take your heels down to 60. In through your nose, out through your nose. If you have any back problems, go ahead and hinge through those knees, bending, taking pressure off the low back. In through your nose, exhaling down to 45. You're halfway there. Nice and steady breath. In through your nose, out through your nose. Exhale those heels down to 30 degrees. Nice and steady. Firing up that core, pulling that belly button in towards the spine. Lower your heels to 30. I think I did 30 twice. That's okay. Take them down to 15. You're almost there. In through your nose, out through your nose. Go ahead and lower those heels an inch above the earth. Take a deep breath in through your nose. Exhale, completely relaxing against the earth. We're going to go ahead and keep our arms at either side of our hips, but turn your palms towards the sky. Deep breath in through your nose as you lift your head and shoulders up off the earth, followed by lifting those heels and calves, firing up for a little canoe pose. Keeping that core work going, warming your body. Nice and steady breath. Exhale, relaxing to the mat. Inhale to bend both knees. Exhale, you're going to go ahead and cross that right ankle over your left knee. Inhale to heel toe the left ankle or foot out to the outside edge of your mat. Deep breath in through your nose as you take your arms up to a goalpost or a T. Exhale, let both knees drift to the right side, balancing on the inside edge of the left foot. Activating that hip flexor once again. Breathing knees back over your mat. Heel toe that left foot back in alignment with the left hip and uncross the right leg. Keeping your arms at a goalpost or a T, we're going to inhale the left ankle over the right knee and let that left knee pull out perpendicular to the body. Exhale, heel toe that right foot to the outside edge of the mat. Deep breath in through the nose. Exhale, both knees drift to the left, balancing on the inside edge of the right foot. Once again, activating the right hip flexor. Go ahead and breathe your knees back over the mat. Exhale to heel toe that right foot back in alignment with your hips. Go ahead and uncross your legs. You're going to go ahead and extend your legs to rest on the mat. Inhale, breathing your fingertips directly overhead towards the sky. You're going to go ahead and stretch those fingertips upwards, lifting your shoulders up off the mat. Exhale, relax them to the mat. Inhale, lift those shoulders up off the mat. Exhale, relax them to the mat. And with your next breath, take your arms up overhead till they come to rest on the earth, stretching in the opposite direction of your toes. Your body is as long as it can be. Take a deep breath in through your nose, and as you exhale, point those toes and stretch those fingers in the opposite direction. Exhale, relax your ankles to 90 degrees. Inhale, stretch those fingers back up towards the sky. Exhale, lower your arms to either side of your hips. Take a deep breath in through your nose, and as you exhale, softly close your eyes. You're settling into Shavasana. This is a time where we try to quiet the mind, focus on your intention, and just let your body melt into the mat. Try to focus on the sounds around you, maybe the sound closest to you. That sound that is just off your mat, maybe 5 feet away. And then shift your attention to the sound the farthest from you. Bringing that focus back in just 5 feet from your mat. And then returning that focus to your mat. Here walking, that's not me walking around, that's the cat has returned. Go ahead and start to bring that awareness back to your mat. Start to slowly wiggle the toes. As you inhale, extend and flex through your ankles. And then start to circle through your ankles clockwise and counterclockwise. On an inhale, bend both knees, bringing sole of foot to the mat. And we're going to gently let those knees rock from side to side, drifting towards the earth. Let those knees find some stillness, feet still resting on the earth, and start to wiggle the fingers. Inhale, drawing fingertips in towards the palm of your hand. Exhale, extending fingers, stretching them and spreading them far apart. Inhale, drawing fingers in towards the palm of the hand. Exhale, extending fingers, spreading them far apart. And then start to flex and extend through the wrist. And then start to circle through the wrist clockwise, counterclockwise. Gently bend and extend through the elbows. And let that movement continue upwards as you shrug your shoulders up towards your ears. Exhale, dropping them away. Inhale, shrugging shoulders up towards your ears. Exhale, dropping them away. With your next breath, you're going to turn your chin all the way out to the right, looking over that right shoulder, resting your head against the earth. Inhale, bring the chin back to center. Exhale, rotate the chin towards the left shoulder. Inhale, coming back to the center. You're going to let that movement travel up to your face, tightening the muscles around your mouth and eyes. Exhale, completely relaxing them. Being conscious of the skin as it rolls past the bridge of your nose, over your cheeks and towards your ears, relaxing the corners of your eyes and mouth. When you're ready, you're going to roll onto your right or left side, whichever is more comfortable, with your knees still bent, taking a few breaths in seat pose, recognizing your connection to the earth, honoring yourself and your efforts on the mat today. And then when you're ready, using your arms, you're going to come all the way back up to that easy seated pose with your legs crossed, forearms resting on your knees, palms towards the sky, soft close on your eyes, letting those shoulders drop away from your ears, bringing your focus back to that attention. Take a deep breath in through your nose and sigh it out through an open mouth. Deep breath in through your nose, sigh it out. Deep breath in through your nose and sigh it out. On an inhale, bring prayer hands to touch at heart center. May your hearts be filled with love, light, and happiness. Take your hands to your mouth. May your words be filled with encouragement and kindness, be it things you say out loud or things that you share on social media. Take your hands to that space between your eyes. May your thoughts be filled with compassion, empathy, and forgiveness for others and for yourself. Thank you for joining me in this class. Namaste. Brenda will be back tomorrow at 5 with class. Always remember, you can always go to the video section on the Let's Get Physical page and pull up a video for class to do at any time. But like I said, Brenda will be back at 5 o'clock tomorrow. She'll be back Tuesday. I'll be back Wednesday. We'll get these kinks worked out. Please take time to honor yourself today and focus on the positive in these trying times. If you find the noise and stress of the current situation getting to you, take a moment to do a positive act, whether that's to send a positive email or a phone call to someone that you haven't seen the last few days, or maybe even an encouraging note to your local fire department or hospital or EMS worker, or even You know, I'm a former journalist, your local news station, for keeping us informed and up to date on what is going on in the world today. Peace be with you all. Thank you for joining me, and try to have a great Sunday. Thank you.